A Place at the Table is a new documentary that aims to end hunger in America. We've got its directors and celebrity chef Tom Colicchio on today's BFD. All this week we've been dealing with the issues of hunger in America, and it's such a complex issue, but thankfully the film A Place at the Table, which comes out March 1st, does a great job of tackling the issues, and with me are the filmmakers, Kristi Jacobson, Silverbush, and celebrity chef Tom Colicchio. Thank you guys so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Now, what is it that brought you to this issue?
Well, I had a personal experience, a young girl that I was mentoring. I helped to get her into a private school that helped kids with learning issues, and I felt really good about it, only to get a call from the principal of her school that she was foraging in the trash for food. So because this wasn't a public school, she wasn't getting her a free lunch or a free breakfast, which in some cases had been her only meal of the day when she had been in her previous school. And I could send food home with her, or we could fill her house with groceries, but the next day or the next week the problem persisted. And it occurred to me that I wasn't able to fix the problem. I was only able to sort of put a Band-Aid on it temporarily. So a documentary seemed to me a great way to bring this story out of the shadows and let people know what's going on.
One of the things that I found so surprising, the fact that people can be both obese and starving. And I think that that's a misconception. What are some other misconceptions that the film sort of tackles and that people have about hunger in America?
Well, I think one of the big issues is that this is something we can't fix. That this is too big of an issue, and let's just kind of get people fed a little bit, and let's not address the root issue. So I think that's one misconception. I think the other misconception is thinking that we can actually fix this through charity, which is kind of how I got involved. And for the last 25 years, I've been helping to raise money for various hunger issues, and I thought that was fine, just doing my part and helping to raise money. And then through the film and through the research that Kristi and Lori did, I came to see that this is really a political condition.
One of the other things that was incredibly surprising to me was, going back to the donation thing, is the idea that when you do get free food, that it's incredibly unhealthy. But it's sustenance, it's something to put in their bellies, but it's the absolute worst thing to put in there. Are there affordable options for people out there that they can actually get cheap, healthy foods, or is that just non-existent?
It's really illustrative of the larger problems that we have in our food system. And for many people, no, there are not affordable, healthy foods available to them, sadly, and that shouldn't be the case.
So what is it that people can do, and what are some of the ways that people can sort of help out?
Well, I think Tom said it really well. He said hunger in this country is a political condition. So what that means is that people, extraordinary numbers of people, are going hungry in this country because we have outdated policies, or policies that don't necessarily reflect the reality of people's lives. Very recently, we've seen huge movement on gun violence. Right. At least the conversation is starting to happen, and change will happen as a result. This needs to be a voting issue too. And I think the people watching this movie have a role to play in helping make that happen. The social action campaign on TakePart is going to give people the tools and a really quick and effective mechanism to do that.
You see this film, you feel moved, you don't think this is okay to be happening in your country, all you need to do is text or log on, and we will give you the means to make your voice heard.
The film hopefully can get people to acknowledge that there's hunger to this extent in this country, and then through this, the campaign can actually organize around that campaign, and then hopefully that will compel people to act.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate it, and I really, really enjoyed the movie.
Glad to be
here.
Thank you very
Thanks so
much.
much for your thoughtful questions.
You can learn more about A Place at the Table in the links below, and you can check out this entire interview later in the week. For BFD, I'm David Park. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you soon.